All right, here are solutions to quiz 2 for Math 65. We're given two linear equations. We're given a system of linear equations, and asked to find the solutions by using our substitution method. So for the substitution method, you want to take one of these two equations and isolate one of the two variables. You have some freedom here. I think the easiest would be to take this equation and isolate this x. Probably the easiest way to isolate this x is to add x to both sides and then subtract 3y from both sides. So again, other options, but probably the easiest of these two to isolate is this x. And then what you do is you take your other equation. So my other equation is 2x plus 4y minus 6 equals 0. But instead of writing x, you write what x is equal to. So here's step 1. Here's step 2. X is 2 minus 3y. So I can say this is 2 times 2 minus 3y. Right? Instead of x, I can write what x is equal to. Plus 4y minus 6 equals 0. And now what I have is a linear equation, but it only has one variable. I only have y's here, so I can solve this. Distribute this 2 through, you get 4 minus 6y plus 4y minus 6 equals 0. Combine like terms, negative 6y and positive 4y gives you negative 2y. 4 and negative 6 gives you negative 2. So you get negative 2y minus 2 equals 0. Maybe add 2y over to the other side, and you get negative 2 equals 2y. So y is equal to negative 1 if you divide both sides by 2. But we need more than just y. We need to know what x is equal to. Fortunately, we already know that x is equal to 2 minus 3y. So since we know what y is equal to, we can plug that in. So it's 2 minus 3, negative 1. So minus 3 and negative 1 gives you positive 3. So what we find is x is equal to 5. And we got y is equal to negative 1. All right, find all solutions to this system using addition. Okay, to use addition, you want to line everything up. So this first equation, I got negative x, maybe minus 3y plus 2 equals 0. I got there by subtracting 3y over to the left and then moving the 2 to the end so that things line up better with my other equation, which is 2x plus 4y minus 6 equals 0. So your first step is just to line things up. Your second step, maybe we'll come over here, is to multiply one of these two equations by something so that when you add things up in the third step, one of the variables will cancel out. I think the easiest one is to multiply this top equation by 2, because that'll give you negative 2x, which will cancel out nicely with that positive 2x you have in the bottom equation. Multiply everything by 2, this becomes negative 2x, negative 6y, positive 4, and 2 times 0 is just 0. I'll leave the other equation alone. You don't have to do this, but I don't know, if it helps you, you can write something like, I multiplied this by 2. That's how I got from here to here. Yeah, maybe that's just confusing things. Maybe I'll just leave it as it was. Anyways, now we can add up these equations. Negative 2x plus positive 2x is 0. Negative 6y plus positive 4y is negative 2y. Negative 6 plus positive 4 is negative 2. And we get this familiar looking equation. Maybe I'll solve it differently this time. Let's add 2 to both sides of the equation. And now let's divide by negative 2. So we get 2 over negative 2, which is equal to negative 1. So we got y is negative 1. Once you know y is negative 1, what am I doing? I guess this is step 1. Maybe this is step 2. So step 3 over here. I know that y is equal to negative 1, and I also know that x is equal to 2 minus 3y. I guess maybe I shouldn't use work that I did in the first part. So let's use this top equation here. I know that 2 minus x equals 3y. But I know that y is negative 1. So I know that 2 minus x equals 3 times negative 1. That is, I know that 2 minus x equals negative 3. So I want to know what x is equal to. Well, let's see, got a couple options. I could subtract 2 from both sides. That would give me negative x is equal to negative 5. So if I multiply both sides by negative 1, I get x is equal to positive 5. And y equals negative 1. So that's good. I get the same answers that I got up here. All right, third problem. Find solutions to this equation using whatever the hell you want to use. I think this problem, well, what do I think? Yeah, I think this problem works out nicest, maybe using addition, although really you could use substitution. But what I'm going to do is use addition. So I'm going to start by moving everything to one side of the equation in both cases. So 2x minus 3y minus 2 equals 0. And here I got 2x minus 9y plus 10 equals 0. And what I want is, change colors. I want to be able to add these two equations up and get rid of one of the variables. To do that, well, I got 2x here and 2x here, so I could just multiply one of these by negative 1. So if we multiply everything in the top equation by negative 1, we get negative 2x, positive 3y, positive 2 equals 0. In this bottom equation, we get 2x minus 9y plus 10 equals 0. Can then add these up. These cancel out. Negative 9y plus 3y is negative 6y. 10 plus 2 is 12. So we get negative 6y plus 12 equals 0. So you could add 6y over there and get 12 is equal to 6y. So y is equal to 2 if you divide both sides by 6. And now that you know what y is equal to, you can figure out what x is equal to using either of these equations. This one has a lot of positive numbers, so let's use this one. 10 plus 2x minus 9y equals 0. But y is equal to 2. So 10 plus 2x minus 9 times 2 is equal to 0. 10 plus 2x minus 18 equals 0. Combine like terms, you got 2x minus 8 equals 0. So 2x equals 8. Finally, x equals 4. So what you get is x equals 4 and y equals 2 for your solution. So I did this using addition, but you could have done substitution if you wanted. Should get the same answer though. That is the end of the quiz.